In the heart of bustling New York City, there is a small cafe called The Melody, hidden away on a quiet street. This cafe is not famous for its elaborate drinks or luxurious desserts, but for its music. Every night, the cafe transforms into a small stage where talented local artists come to perform. Lily, a young girl with long brown hair, bright blue eyes, and a seductive chocolate brown complexion, is a waitress at The Melody. But her true passion is music. Lily has a beautiful voice, but she is very shy and has never dared to sing in front of a crowd. One evening, while Lily was working as usual, a strange man entered the cafe. His name was Alex, a successful and famous businessman. Alex was a charming and elegant man, but also very arrogant and self-confident. He often teased the waitresses in this cafe. One evening, the atmosphere in the cafe was as quiet as usual. Lily, calm and quiet, was serving the customers as usual. However, there was one customer who made her feel uncomfortable: Alex, the arrogant man she had heard rumors about for his cold and unpleasant personality. When Lily brought the coffee to Alex's table, an unexpected incident occurred. She accidentally let the coffee spill on his elegant shirt. Immediately, Alex frowned, and his eyes sparkled mischievously. "Oh, it seems you're trying to put on a special show for me," he said sarcastically. "I think you should apologize with a song. I'd love to hear your voice, maybe it'll soften this shirt." His companions laughed sarcastically. Lily felt a wave of embarrassment wash over her. She knew that Alex was just trying to mock her, not to appreciate her talent. However, she also knew that she couldn't let his arrogance get the better of her. "Thank you for helping me discover my singing ability in a situation like this," she replied with a small smile, maintaining her composure. "But I don't need to expose myself for the sake of sarcasm. I will sing to take responsibility for my behavior just now, as an apology." Alex sneered, but inside he was also surprised. Lily, who he thought could be easily subdued, showed a strength he did not expect. This confrontation had only just begun, but it had already aroused in Alex a curiosity he had never felt before. Lily slowly walked onto the stage. This was her first time singing in front of a crowd. She looked calm, but in fact she was very confused. She gently sat down on the chair with the piano. She looked at the audience and Alex's hand below. Her heart couldn't help but flutter. Her heart felt like it was about to jump out of her chest at this moment. Her colleagues kept cheering her on. In the bustling atmosphere of the coffee shop, a clear voice like the ringing of a bell, but with a warm and gentle tone, suddenly rang out. That voice was not simply a musical note, but also a story, a feeling, an aspiration conveyed in each lyric. Lily, with sparkling eyes and a bright smile, stood on stage like a true artist, raising her voice to make everyone silent with surprise and admiration. Her voice, like a miracle, could soothe pain, dispel sadness, and bring listeners wonderful sublime emotions. Alex couldn't believe what he was hearing. He had never heard such beautiful singing. Lily sang as if she was pouring her heart into every note. When Lily finished singing, the entire cafe fell into silence. Then, thunderous applause broke the silence. Alex stood up, his eyes never leaving Lily, who was still standing on the stage, her breathing still shaky from emotion. He walked towards her, each step filled with surprise and admiration. "You're really talented," Alex said, his voice sincere and full of emotion. "I had no idea a waitress could have such a beautiful voice. You completely blew me away, Lily." He paused, looking deep into Lily's eyes. "I don't know if you believe me, but I really want to help you develop your talent. I have connections, experiences that can help you further your musical career. Do you want me to help?" Lily felt very happy and excited. She was very surprised to hear these words. She knew that Alex was someone who could help her realize her dream. But at the same time, she also felt worried. She was afraid that Alex would only use her talent to achieve his own goals. She looked at Alex, her eyes filled with complicated emotions. "I appreciate your offer," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "But I need time to think. I don't want to make any decisions I'll regret later." Alex nodded, understanding Lily's hesitation. "I understand," he said. "This is an important decision, and you have every right to consider it carefully. I will await your response." He pulled out a business card and handed it to Lily. "Here's my number," Alex said. "If you're okay with that, give me a call." Lily took the card, her fingers tightening around it. She looked at Alex one last time, her eyes still uncertain. "I'll think about it," she said. "Thank you for believing in me." Alex smiled. "I believe in your potential," he said. "I believe you can achieve great things." That night, Lily returned home with mixed feelings. Alex's business card lay quietly in her pocket, but its weight seemed to weigh heavily on her heart. She tossed and turned all night, unable to sleep, Alex's words echoing in her head. "You are really talented. I want to help you become a star. Here's my phone number. If you agree, call me." Lily remembered the sincere look in Alex's eyes as he said those words. But then, fear rushed back, engulfing her mind. Does he really want to help her? Or is he just a manipulator, wanting to use her talent for his own purposes? Lily never dared to think about stepping out of her safe shell. She was used to singing for fun, singing to release her emotions, but never dared to dream of standing on a big stage, in front of thousands of spectators. The thought made her both excited and scared. Excited because her dream could finally come true. Scared because she didn't know if she had the courage to face the challenges and difficulties on the road to stardom. She was afraid of the spotlight, afraid of gossip and judgment from others. She was afraid that she would not be strong enough to overcome the pressures and temptations of the showbiz world full of pitfalls. And above all, she was afraid that she would be hurt, taken advantage of, and abandoned when she was no longer valuable. Lily stood silently in front of her mother's room, her eyes filled with emotion. She saw her mother's thin figure sitting and sewing an old shirt under the yellow light. Her mother's hair was already gray, and the wrinkles on her face had become deeper and deeper over the years of hardship. She knew her mother had never complained about the hardships of life. But Lily could not forget the rainy days when her mother would still toil in the market, her hands trembling as she counted every penny. She could not forget the times when her mother went hungry to save money to buy her a new dress, or the long nights when her mother stayed up all night when she was sick. Lily took a deep breath, a strong determination rising in her heart. She could not let her life stay the same. She wanted to change, to give her mother a better life, without the days of hard work. The next morning, as sunlight filtered through the window, Lily sat up in bed, her eyes dark from a restless night. She picked up her phone, her fingers hesitantly tracing the number on Alex's business card. Once again, fear rose. But this time, it was no longer enough to overwhelm her desire. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and then resolutely pressed the call button. The phone rang a few times, then Alex's deep voice came from the other end of the line. "Lily?" She smiled, her voice trembling slightly but also filled with determination. "Alex. I accept your offer." On the other end of the line, Alex was silent for a second, then said with excitement, "Great. I knew you wouldn't miss this opportunity. Are you ready for a new journey?" Lily gripped the phone tightly, her eyes burning with determination. "I don't know if I'm ready yet. But I want to try." Alex laughed. "As long as you dare to take the step, I believe you will find your way. Meet me this afternoon? We will discuss the plan." Lily nodded, even though she knew he couldn't see her. "Okay. I'll see you this afternoon." After hanging up the phone, Lily sat silently for a moment, then tightly held the business card in her hand. She knew that from this moment on, her life would turn to a new page. It might be full of challenges, it might be difficult, but she had decided that she would not run away anymore. She stood up, walked over to her mother, and took her thin hands in hers. "Mom, I'll try to make it easier for you. I promise." As time passed, Lily and Alex's friendship grew stronger. They were not only working partners but also companions on the artistic path. Alex, with his experience and dedication, always stood by Lily, helping her not only develop her musical career but also find herself in that noisy world. Each practice session lasted until late at night, each song was recorded over and over again, Sometimes failure made Lily feel tired, but Alex was always there patiently. He was not only the one who helped her perfect the melodies but also the one who encouraged her, reminded her to stand up every time she fell. Lily sometimes wanted to give up, but looking at Alex's determined and warm eyes, she could not give up. Together, they worked from recording in a small studio in Brooklyn to performing in coffee shops and independent music venues on the Lower East Side. Over time, Lily not only appreciated Alex's help, but also began to realize that he was the most important friend in her life. Alex's simple but thoughtful actions, when he gently handed her a glass of water after a grueling rehearsal, when he stood quietly backstage and watched her every move on stage, made Lily's heart warm and flutter. Alex not only has a talent for business, but is also very good at music. He guides her as a professional artist, gradually becoming an indispensable part of Lily's life. At first, he only considered her a valuable talent, but the more he saw her shine, the more he felt a strong attraction from her. The bright smile every time she performed, the determination in her eyes and even the moments of weakness made him want to protect her more than ever. He felt proud every time he saw Lily standing on stage, but there were also indescribable emotions that he could not explain. One autumn evening, after a performance at a small music cafe in Greenwich Village ended, Alex invited Lily to walk around the neighborhood. The small, quiet streets under the warm yellow lights, the soft sound of live music from the surrounding bars created a romantic atmosphere. They didn't talk about work, but began to share their dreams, the deep things they had never revealed to anyone. Lily looked into Alex's eyes, feeling like he was not just a companion, but someone who understood her, someone she could share everything with. As Alex draped his coat over Lily's shoulders, she felt a jolt of electricity run through her body. In that moment, her heart skipped a beat, and she realized one thing: she was in love with him. However, love always comes with anxiety. Lily wonders if this feeling will affect the music career she has worked so hard to build. Does Alex feel the same, or is she just delusional? And Alex, should he admit his feelings or continue to keep his distance so as not to disrupt her career, as well as his own? Their feelings for each other have been growing silently over time, but neither of them has the courage to face and admit it. Will they be able to overcome their fears and enter a new relationship, or will they continue to hide their feelings? After that autumn evening, Lily felt her feelings for Alex more and more clearly. But along with that, her fear also grew. She was not a famous singer, not from a prestigious family, just an ordinary girl trying to rise in this flashy city. As for Alex, he was a successful businessman, a famous billionaire, who could have everything he wanted. The difference was so great that Lily did not dare to think further. She began to distance herself from Alex, avoiding personal conversations and focusing only on work. But Alex was not one to give up easily. He noticed the change in Lily and knew that she was building a wall between them. One evening, after a successful performance at a large theater, Alex pulled Lily away from the congratulatory crowd and took her to a quiet corner. Under the soft streetlights, he looked at her intently and said softly, "Lily, I know what you're running away from. But do you know what? The only thing that concerns me is not my career, not fame, or anything else. It's you." Lily lowered her head in confusion, not daring to look him in the eye. "But Alex, do you know how different we are? I'm just an ordinary girl, and you have everything." Alex smiled, stepping closer. "And you think what I have is more important than you? Lily, from the first time I heard you sing, I knew you were special. And every day I spend with you, I'm more certain that nothing in this world can replace you in my life." Lily's tears welled up, and the feelings of inferiority in her heart seemed to disappear. She realized that love was not limited by status or differences, but by hearts that were truly in tune. Alex gently wiped her tears away, then held her hand tightly. "Trust me, Lily. We don't need to be afraid. As long as you want me to, I will always be here, walking with you." Lily nodded slightly, then without hesitation, she hugged Alex. In his warm embrace, she knew that she had found a place to belong. From then on, they no longer hid their feelings. Alex continued to support Lily in her career, but this time not only as a companion, but also as someone who loved her unconditionally. Lily, with Alex's love and support, became more and more confident to shine on stage. She was constantly invited to perform valuable shows, becoming a famous singer. And Alex, despite being a busy businessman, always made time for the girl he loved. Their story is not a fairy tale, but it is beautiful in its own way, a true love, overcoming all differences and fears. In this luxurious city, they found each other, together writing a new chapter full of happiness. The lesson from this story is to dare to step out of your comfort zone. Don't let fear hold you back. Dare to step out of your comfort zone, face challenges, you will discover wonderful things that you never knew. Awaken the extraordinary person in you. If Lily continues to let her fears and insecurities control her, she will never find true happiness. Like Alex, he chose to follow his heart instead of social prejudices. Only when people dare to believe in themselves and face their true feelings can they achieve the most precious things in life. If you find this story meaningful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your comments in the comment section. See you in the next video.